The use of AI has exponentially gone up within the past couple of years. And in that past couple of years, AI has also gotten exponentially better than its predecessors. A few years ago, AI couldn't even write an entire essay due to its grammar limitations, and it couldn't recreate human likeness at all without it being obvious that it is AI. Now, just 2 years later, and with the recent release of the Google Gemini 3, we now have AI images, particularly about like Avengers behind the scenes leaked pictures of celebrities doing weird things that are more or less indistinguishable from being the real thing. And the only reason people know it's AI is from small, tiny pixel-sized details in the background or certain things that don't make sense. But these images have the actors' likenesses and otherwise are indistinguishable than a real behind-the-scenes picture of these actors. AI was initially not predicted to be a big deal. I mean, it's very clear that AI was always intended to be some kind of cute assistant on your phone, like how Siri is, when you need a quick weather report or when you need to Google something. But now when you go to Google, all you get is the AI-generated summary from, frankly, unreliable sources instead of links to the actual good information. In a 2024 Scholastic Journal titled AI and the Future of Humanity by Michael Peters and his peers commented that ChatGPT was actually not initially expected to have as many users as it initially did. But in January of 2024, they reportedly had 100 million active users, which goes to show the widespread range of AI and how many people it affects. A lot of people are not only using AI, but even if you yourself do not use AI, you have at least seen these generated images of it floating around the internet or have seen people talking about the adverse effects it has had on society. AI has even infiltrated more personalized apps, such as the education system and things like Duolingo. Duolingo used to have a set of courses that was programmed, written by, and taught by real people that would give you feedback, and the way that they programmed these courses was all by hand. Now all of a sudden people are finding small grammatical errors, even though AI keeps improving, and it is helping people write software, generate images. People are using it for art. They're helping it to get fake degrees that end up getting revoked from them. There was actually a 2024 article written for the medical teacher titled Preparing for Artificial Intelligence in Health Profession Educations. And in that article, Ken Masters states that while this will be a global problem, educational environments will be susceptible and the learners will be eager to use it. Essentially, what Ken Masters is saying is, as students, we are looking for the shortcuts, and in many ways, when this technology becomes available to us, we will use said shortcuts. Circling back to the deepfakes, AI is not only helping people earn fraudulent degrees by blatantly cheating, and it's going to lead to uneducated professionals in the future, but it is also being used to generate sometimes inappropriate, lewd pictures of people in vulnerable situations without their knowledge of it. Again, as the more realistic AI becomes, the more that we will continue to see these deepfakes online, and there's already been multiple legislative cases opened where it's not just people of age, it's affecting everybody, because you can grab a picture from somewhere on the internet and turn it into something that it's really not supposed to be. In my humble opinion, I personally believe that the government should have specific provisions over the usage of AI to protect our society. Much like the invention of the automobile, we then needed traffic laws and stoplights and police officers and traffic police that would help monitor the usage of our vehicles. And so while vehicles were a net positive to society and we use vehicles to get around, and it is beneficial and can be a tool to improve our lives, oftentimes when people are left unchecked in a vacuum with impressive technology, they tend to misuse it. And that misuse leads to the detriment of society. That is how you get things like drunk drivers or, greedy car companies that build cars that don't last and break down on the freeway, that could potentially cause wrecks. And that is why we need rules and regulations, even for the otherwise beneficial or good things in our lives. It affects many such things. I mean, even alcohol, for example. We know that there are laws and regulations based on how you're even able to act after you consume alcohol, how much you should have before driving, when you should stop serving someone, and things like that. So with that being said, I believe that the government should not only uphold the removal of these people's degrees, but I think that it should be taken a step further. You see, the colleges are looking to pull the students' degrees from them and essentially toss out whatever fraudulent degree that they had earned, because they didn't really earn it, right? They used ChatGPT and all these other AI tools to help them write their assignments, and they didn't get a proper education. There's a horrifying thought that there are some medical professionals out there, or, an engineer or whatever profession you can think of, really, that has some kind of medical license that they obtained with the usage of AI, meaning that they are not properly educated for that position, and that could end up killing someone in the long term. I believe that the government should not only uphold the removal of those degrees, but I do think you should be prosecuted if it's found out that you used AI to obtain a degree or a license, and then you end up causing harm to someone in your profession because of it. I do think that you should face jail time. I do think that the government should be vocal about this. I think that we should be proactive about setting guidelines in terms of AI technology. One of the solutions I propose is there should be a government representative inside of the building or inside of wherever this company meets while they're developing AI that essentially upholds basic human decency along the guidelines of the AI, because as we all know, AI only produces what it is prompted to produce. And therefore, there should be very strict guidelines. We also know that AI can be used to deepfake someone's voice. Recently, the Department of Homeland Security released an educational document titled "The Increasing Threat of AI Identities." And in it, the Department of Homeland Security basically said that deepfakes don't have to be too advanced to be effective at spreading misinformation. And as we know, in a couple of months, we could have an AI that is absolutely more advanced than the previous one and even more realistic images. And because of that, I believe that all AI, the government specifically, should implement legislation that AI should make you sign up for it. And in this sign up, every image, every prompt, every text that is ever produced from it should be timestamped, should have the person's name in it, and should have the contents of what was produced, the AI engine used to produce it, and all of that should be found in the metadata of the image. Think about like when you open a file on your phone, it should be visible on images to prevent deepfakes, or if somebody does, say for example, generate a deepfake, there should be a clear watermark indicating that it is in fact AI generated. And I do believe that sexual prompts of all sorts should be banned. I really think that we need to get out in front of it and be proactive and not let AI get out of control first and then try to fix it later. I do believe that the watermark idea in the metadata is the best way to fix this. It should be a forced sign up, and you should be persecuted by law if you misuse AI in any sort of way, shape, or form that is harmful to society.